moving your business is definitely a tough decision. So I actually completed due diligence at 4 financial institutions for several years before choosing National Bank. And I had several criterias that the financial institution had to meet. Number one, client and practice safety. I mean, if your clients are safe, you're golden. 870 advisors with an average tenure of over 20 years of service. So for succession planning, the experience is definitely here for your practice. Secondly, obviously, I want them to be client and advisor centric. If you put your clients first, as you all know, your practice will thrive. And I truly think this is due to the fact that National Bank reinvests in itself. It has invested millions of dollars every year. And as a result, the surveys are showing that they're definitely industry leaders and not industry followers, which is quite typical. The third criteria the financial institution had to meet was the people at National. On my due diligence trip to National head office in Montreal, I met nothing but incredible young people. These were fresh-faced, happy, fire in the belly, go-getter, middle managers who were highly competitive. They were excited about improving National to give the best client experience possible and exceed expectations. And not only that, they had the freedom to do it because they weren't being micromanaged. You can't teach that attitude. National Bank has instead hired it. The people I met shared their desire with my team to serve clients. They were open-minded when I outlined various ways I wanted to run my business. I never heard the word can't or no. Instead, they responded, let's figure out how we can do it that way. My impressions after I did my due diligence trip and actually started working at National, my impressions of National were confirmed tenfold. When several advisors actually came and knocked on my door on my first day at work, they all had been here more than 20 years. And some of them looked at me and said, yeah, we kind of looked around to see if the grass, we'd never really looked around to see if the grass is greener. What's it like out there? And I said, yeah, it's not greener, so don't bother looking. I actually did meet a couple that left National Bank, but they actually ended up coming back to work at National after working somewhere else, which I had never seen that before in my 35 years. Their very young president, Jonathan Drochet, who, for lack of a better term, simply gets it. He knows our edge or competitive advantage is preserving our entrepreneurial attitude. So he hires entrepreneurs and he lets them be entrepreneurs and actually run their business. On our first 4 days here, my partner Cameron Leno and I phoned all of our clients to get them to agree to move. We then handed a single piece of paper with a phone number, client name to the onboarding team, and they took it from there. We didn't touch a piece of paper for 6 months, and our clients were very pleased, and it was really, really a white glove service. Jonathan, the president of National, actually phoned me up in the middle of the process, and he says, you're moving faster than we thought was possible. We've never seen this before. So we're going to bring in more people. So he flew in people from other cities to help with the onboarding process, to make the onboarding team even bigger. As a result, from the time we walked out of our present financial institution and sat down at National Bank, up until the time that all of our clients had arrived here and all of their assets here, was only 72 days. On big decisions like this, I did waste too much time in analysis paralysis, trying to convince myself not to move my business when I knew in my gut it was time to leave. And it's a lot of work to move, and we don't want to put our clients and teams through that, so it's a big decision. But bottom line, if you're not happy where you are, and most of your days are spent negotiating with your own head office or partner, and this is waking you up at 3 a.m. because you're in a struggle, it's time to move. If you go on the due diligence trip to Montreal for National Bank, I know I will be calling you partner, and I know you will be working at National Bank.